Bow down before my psycho power.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We have a couple of updates to talk about in this video, wrapping off some topics, hopefully wrapping off some topics. We've been doing updates to PlayStation and Xbox pretty consistently. I'm going to continue to do that. We also have a couple of tech things I want to talk about. But yeah, if you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be talking about everything gaming related. I recently just replayed GTA 4 and beat it, and I could truly say that that game is magnificent. It's marvelous, and I'm very excited for GTA 6 and everything that that game may offer. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it because people who farm controversy, who farm engagement, are doing a very good job of just putting lies and disinformation out there and just a lot of muddying up the waters. But me personally, GTA Rockstar has always been one of my favorite games, and I'm anticipating the next one oh so much. Now, as for Marvel Tokon, for those of you who don't know, the beta is on PS5 and PC July 24th to 26th. That's a reminder. They show off some pictures of some characters that they just announced. Ghost Rider has always been there, but now he has his team. For Ghost Rider, after a fatal street race, the young mechanic becomes Ghost Rider, fighting to control his powers and protect his brothers in a tournament he can't escape unless he wins. Just that little bit there shows us why these players were put on teams even though they don't really connect it story-wise. For Deadpool, it says Deadpool has entered the tournament and probably won't stop talking about it. Rebuilt by Weapon X and rejected by the big teams, Wade Wilson brings chaos, blades, and a fourth wall breaking attitude to the fight as he joins the Samurai Outriders. For my personal fan favorite Blade, if you watch my Marvel Rivals gameplay, that's all I play. Born from tragedy and built for the hunt, Eric Brooks became Blade, the vampire slaying legend, now with samurai level sword skills and the duty of mentoring the chaos crew known as the Samurai Outriders. Blade, being a mentor of this group, has a lot to deal with. Deadpool, Ghost Rider, and then also the god of mischief, Loki. For Loki, it says schemer, shapeshifter, wildcard. Loki joins the team with one mission: defeat the champion, clear his name, and show everyone there's more to him than trouble. That's actually pretty interesting because he's the only one a part of this team who's trying to be better, who's trying to grow, and it's not just doing it to embrace chaos. They also released this brand new artwork, and they were promoting a Discord that's available for the game if you would like to join. I also seen a lot of people in the comment section of these blaming them for the PlayStation region lock issue, but there was also a lot of people who were saying they are not at fault. This is something that PlayStation did, and really Marvel Tokon has no control over it. Maybe they can make some phone calls, maybe they could try to apply some pressure, but really what Sony says goes, and the companies and the games underneath them can't really do much to stop it. Speaking of a little bit more controversy, we have the biggest YouTuber on the planet, Mr. Beast. He recently did this giveaway where if you guys count how many pennies are in this room, he would give you 10,000. Now, he got a community note for this because the rules stated that the contest require you include hashtag promotion in your reply. But before we could even get to that, people were zooming in on this image and analyzing it, and it was obvious that this image was AI. Now, this is the first time that Mr. Beast has AI accusations because there was one of the videos that he uploaded himself where it was like a Google Gemini AI tag in the video. So Mr. Beast, being one of the leading content creators on the planet, he has to stop with the AI. Even though I know that AI is inevitable, we cannot let it consume everything that we're doing, and we have to still try to make content that people will enjoy and appreciate, and this is not a good look for him. But for those of you who are wondering how many pennies are allegedly in this alleged AI image, it's 6,970,000. The person included the hashtag promotion in their response. Mr. B responded and also denied AI allegations. On the topic of Tekken though, something that I was recently thinking about because I've been playing a lot of Fortnite is, wasn't Tekken and also Kiri Kazama supposed to have Fortnite skins? Whatever happened to that? The person who previously leaked Doomslayer, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and some Marvel skins also said that Yakuza and Tekken was going to have some skins, and everyone celebrated because finally, right, both Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter had collaborations with Fortnite, and since Street Fighter did it so early during that game's lifespan, it helped them out so much. People are constantly trying to figure out how was Street Fighter able to do the impossible. All of these gaming companies are struggling to find a new player base. The age of gaming is increasing. At one point in time, everyone was children and was playing games. Now people are getting older, and the average age range is about maybe 20-ish and up. The generation underneath, they are more consumed with social media, TikTok, etc. Microsoft even said this year, by the way, that their biggest competitor is not PlayStation, but is actually TikTok. And this was even made fun of by Mighty Keith in his meme, but this kind of just shows the impact of all of this. But let's go back to the original topic. For Tekken, for Street Fighter. Street Fighter was elevated because of their collaboration with Fortnite, and Chun-Li's skin went viral. It's kind of a legacy skin, and it lives on through so many different memes across TikTok. Tekken could have got in on that very early and could have grown itself as well. Now they're late to the party, and Fortnite for the first time ever lost players in their recent report. We don't know if it's still possible for this game to make a splash if it did so all those years ago. But regardless, better late than never. And this thing, I guess, doesn't seem to be true anymore. But Fortnite and Bandai Namco should make it true. We know that they want their new audience because they're doing the whole Tekken cartoon. But a Fortnite collaboration is the easiest way to stay relevant. I don't know why they haven't thought of it already. Speaking of relevance though, you have EWC, which officially began. 7 hours at the time of recording, they have Dota 2. And then in 9 hours, you have Fatal Fury. The official event, EWC Paris, has not actually started just yet. The opening will take place in 17 hours. So I guess this is just a lot of the starting stuff that's happening. Now, as we move on and we talk about a game that I'm very excited for, we have Marvel Rivals. This game just showed off a new character, Jubilee. There's a lot of gameplay out there if you guys would like to check it out. I know that a lot of content creators, the big ones, got early access to it. They also gave us the first look at the hood. Here's 2 separate images of what this character looks like, him standing in the background, and then also him up close with the eyes glowing. They also showed off some patch notes for this game. They're going to be buffing a lot of characters. They're going to be changing a couple of things. I was very disappointed to see the character Blade not be mentioned on this because it's well known that he's one of the weakest characters in this game, but the developers don't seem interested in changing him. If you guys want to pause and read all of this, you could definitely do so. But one of the biggest changes that came out of this whole entire thing is the character Black Widow. She is completely getting reworked. This is a character who was well known for being useless, and if you picked her on the team, people were going to get upset. The developers are trying to tackle this problem head on by reworking her whole kit. And to explain it simply, she is now a character who just shoots a normal rifle, but then there's a special part of her kit where she activates the sniper. And it still is not one-shot kill because they were very careful to not make that broken. But what it has to make it useful is penetrating. So it can pass through multiple enemies with one bullet, 2 birds, 1 stone. Just from the looks of it, she looks strong, she looks effective, and I wonder if she'll be a real contender for the power level in this game and whether or not people will try to ban her. One thing that I also want to highlight in this video, and you guys would have seen some gameplay in the background of this video, is for Marvel Rivals, they're doing a brand new thing where instead of adding small team ups to the game, they said doing that felt very formulaic and it got worse over time. So they're scrapping that system and they're bringing in a new team up system. This will basically give every character access to 3 team ups. They can only pick one. Those team ups are very powerful, they're very effective, they're very fun, they apply AoE damage, some of them do healing. The goal is to make the game a little bit faster, and for dives, people who go in the background, flank the opponents, you have this kind of like passive self-healing that activates after 5 seconds of taking no damage. This is all in goals of just like making the game faster paced and addressing some problems that's been lingering. I really love their enthusiasm about it because Tekken, a game that I play a lot, they allow problems to persist for years. And not only that, it gets worse. Lydia, King, it's ridiculous what that game is turned into and how bad it all is. When you take a break from playing Tekken and you revisit it, you really feel how burdensome it is. So it's good to see Marvel Rivals and other competitive games not fall to that shenanigans. Now, as for Xbox, we have another report from them where it was previously using the profits and revenue from Minecraft to fund the rest of the business. That is massive. Xbox was being solo carried by Minecraft. One, that speaks to how big and massive that game is, but it also speaks to why that game wasn't being supported in the way that it kind of should for a game that size. Like, for example, it took 17 years for Minecraft to add the ability for you to sit as the character Steve. Also, Xbox now expects Game Pass to have 77 million subscribers by the end of this year. They currently have 3 million, down by 4 million last 2 years. Expectations is a funny thing. I mean, I'm expecting a big booty Latina to walk in after I'm done making this video, but that's probably not going to happen. Same for Xbox. All this talk about PlayStation and Xbox and what these companies are doing is getting a lot of attention. So much attention to where American politicians are finally taking note of the conversation. You have this politician here, Bernie Sanders, and I won't make it too political, but this person is commentating on Xbox and what it's done recently. As for PlayStation, they finally broke their silence, and they done so by showcasing one of their new PlayStation levers. As noted by a lot of the people inside the fighting game community, that this is the most attention a fighting stick will ever get. 19 million views at the time of recording, but it's not good. People are still upset at PlayStation for not acknowledging the elephant in the room. And you even have Markman, which is a big figure in the FGC, saying arcade controllers didn't deserve this. But more importantly, fans of physical games didn't deserve this timeline. I'm still sad about it, and I have spent the past week playing a bunch of old games. I'm with you guys. Fighting games, once again, being dragged into some garbage and can't properly shine the way that they should, but then also Sony trying to just quickly move on from the backlash after taking 5-6 days to not respond. All of it is just bad all around. And once again, the only ones who really can make a difference is the politicians. I did see that the original tweet that PlayStation made has got hit with like 17 different community notes. And that's not an exaggeration. Literally 17. I was trying to get the screenshot, but I wasn't able to I don't know how to use Twitter in that way. But the community notes has been ever evolving on that post. And the most recent ones are saying things like, this is breaking EU rules. This is breaking EU monopoly rules. And I was just sitting back thinking, like, with Twitter going this hard and using their community notes to fuel this battle, I wonder if that could kind of make like some can Sony sue Twitter for using community notes as a weapon, or is that not how it works? The community notes has played a big part in this conversation ever evolving, because not only are they countering Sony, but they're giving so much information. I personally love it, but it's fascinating to see this feature be used, because no other feature like this exists across all of social media, where the platform itself steps into the conversation and say, no, this is wrong, this is the facts, or no, this is not possible, here's the reality. It's crazy, but the people love it. Thank you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and bye-bye.